I don't know where to start. As a heck of a game, wasn't it? Up and down the court, a lot of scoring, obviously, not much defense on either end. Obviously, a little disappointed in that. But sometimes when you're scoring, I guess they just feel like they're going to keep scoring. And I would like them to sit down and play a little bit better defense. We came in, we built a nice lead at half, and I said that the other team was going to make a run at us, and they did, and they tried to, but we could have squashed that by getting stops early, and we did not. And then we had a few unforced turnovers like we've had. We still end up with 16 turnovers, but we had 14 assists on 19 baskets in the first half. I thought we were playing really unselfish, and it's not like we got selfish in the second half. We just got a lot of shots right at the basket. Jordan got to the basket all the way. Jeffrey got to the basket all the way. Ty got all the way to the basket. So you're not going to have assists. But still, we need to work on our assist-turnover ratio throughout the course of the game. Rebounding, we said it was going to be a key to every game, and we out-rebounded them 43-24. Devontae had 16, and the other team had 24. So once again, that continues to be an emphasis for us, and when we do it really well, we have a chance to win. But what we have to do is sit down and try and hold them obviously under 50%. I thought we played really hard defensively the whole game against Delaware, and tonight I thought we had spurts where we got some stops, and we changed things up a lot. We played quite a bit of zone. We tried to double team just to make them shoot places they normally don't, and to try and speed them up so they wouldn't run their stuff. It worked out in the first half. In the second half, I just wanted to try and sit down and guard them man-to-man. Maybe I should have rethought that.
Questions? As bad as the offense was against Delaware at times, it was the exact opposite. So, did you do anything to get it going, or?
No. You have to be really good defensively every night because you could always depend on that. You don't know if your shots are going to go in or not. Did we get more open looks from the outside? Probably not. We just didn't knock them down against Delaware, and which is unusual when you're playing at home, to have open looks not go down the way they did against Delaware. Now on the road, you get that. You don't practice there every day. Different environment, different scenery. And so today, we did a little something different at shoot-around. I just had both teams on one end just having a shooting competition just so they could see it go through the basket, and they sort of enjoyed that. And I said, hey, as cold as it is outside today, we're going to be hot inside today, inside tonight, and just worked out. And we didn't start off real hot. I think we missed our first 3-4 shots. Devontae, I know, missed his first three, I think. I say I know and then I think. But he ended up 9 of 13 on the game, so he didn't miss many after that, which is good because he needed to see that ball go to the basket like the rest of them did. Jalen, obviously was 8 of 11 from the field, and Jordan did a nice job also.
CB, y'all dominated the offensive glass, your offensive basket. How much of that's effort and hustle, or was there something schematically y'all were able to kind of take advantage of?
No, you know what I think they were doing is we're supposed to crash every time, and maybe the court was more open because we had more guys going on the boards than we normally do. Maybe because they weren't boxing them out as much, but they were also trying to attack us. And so I think they weren't boxing out, so they were trying to attack us in transition, knowing that we go to the glass. If they get the rebound, or if it goes in, they got numbers going that way, which they did early in the first half, and then late in the second half they just started attacking us after we scored. Because I said, yeah, that's fine, we score it, and if we don't get the rebound or you see it go in, you got to sprint back to your man quicker, and that's even the big guys. If your man's taking it out, you got to sprint back to help us to try and slow that ball down. It was the same. Yeah, rebounding's all effort. I'll say that, but we usually give pretty good effort on the board, especially Devontae. I mean, he's unique. I'll say that. I've coached nobody like him. Everybody's different, but to have an appetite to rebound like he does is I'm just very fortunate he's on my team.
Tonight, the most animated I've seen you on the sideline. Frustration with the way your team played, or frustration elsewhere?
I guess I'm everywhere. I don't know. Because just knowing we could get 2 stops in the second half in a row, and that game might be over. And I was telling them every time out, I think I called a timeout to tell them, I subbed 5, and I said, hey, guys, the 5 stars, if you don't get a stop here, because they scored like 4 straight times, you're all coming out. So then I put the 5 guys in. I told them, you guys are going to go in if they don't get a stop. And then they went in, and they didn't get stopped. So I think I was just frustrated that we just didn't sit down and guard. I told them after the game, I said, offensive execution obviously was really good. everything we call, we execute it properly, we got shots. When we didn't execute it properly, we didn't get a very good shot. So I was very pleased and obviously very frustrated at times with our defense. I wasn't that frustrated in the first half. I thought, I might say this in my opening, I thought we mixed up our defenses a lot in the first half. And then when we had that lead, they can get hot from three, and we went zone a couple times in the second half, and they made 2 threes. So I was like, you know what? If they're going to beat us, they're going to have to do it against our man, because at some point our man's going to have to be our best defense.
How does having a game like this going into a big, long road trip help your team out?
Yeah, I think anytime you win, based on how we started the season, it's very important. Just to see that ball go through the basket, realizing the last time we went out there, we did win. We've won 2 of our last 3, had a chance to win 3 of our 3 games here at home. And I know everybody feels better at home, and when you go on the road, it's a whole different animal. But, there's things that we can learn from, positive and negative, from this. But the good feelings of being 1-1 in the CAA and getting a conference win will help, hopefully, quite a bit.
Balanced attack, having 5 guys in double figures, 3 guys with 20. Just how nice is that to see that distribution kind of start to spread itself out?
Yeah. Obviously, we want all guys to get opportunities, and when they're unselfish, that's a lot of times when more people score. When they get selfish, they don't score as often as when they're unselfish, and I think they're learning that along the way. It's not just about them getting shots. If you set somebody up for a shot, they're going to remember that, and they're going to try and set you up for a shot. But it's once again just seeing the ball go through the basket. There's nothing you can't replace that. That's why we had 3 guys that scored 20 points, because the balls went in the basket, and some were open and some were guarded. Just similar to the Delaware game, we had more points at half than we had in the whole game against Delaware, I think. And so that happens. It's just the flow of the game and the way it was just transpiring.